I am 15 hours away from watching the movie. This is the last video I am filming before I have seen Rise of the Beasts. Now granted, by the time this video is released, I will have already seen it, the movie will be out, so anything I say in this video where it's like speculation, like, oh, I wonder if Rhinox really uses those weapons, or oh, I wonder if Scorponok has a robot mode, we'll have already known the answer. But before then, I just want to open a couple more toys from Rise of the Beasts before I see the movie. I just want to open them. I want to just play with these toys before I know the context. I'm very excited. But let's just get into it. So first up, I found this at Target. Very exciting times. We got Predacon Scorponok in Sand Spear. Is he a Predacon in the movie? I don't know. We'll have known by now. I know by now. You know by now, unless you haven't seen it yet. I'm still kind of going to keep spoilers out of this. I'm not going to like edit in, if I'm right or wrong. But that's very easy to steal. Oh my goodness. Just a couple clips, and then we got this little Sand Spear guy out. Still, it's really nice. In the trailer, which is not a spoiler, we see tons of little scorpions running around. So even if they make like a proper deluxe or, studio series or whatever, I can just use these guys as little scorpions in like a display where they're all fighting each other at the end. So I'm assuming that's going to be at the end. I mean, it looks like the big final battle. Again, we'll have already known. But it's just so exciting. Like, get toys and not know and just speculate. It's so fun. It's so fun to speculate on the movie before you've seen it. Because, I want to open these, and these will be the last ones that I open while I still don't know what happens in it. There's still a few toys I haven't gotten yet. I don't have Leader Class Scourge yet. I've had many opportunities to just order him, but you know how I feel about leader classes and, certain ones being a little small. I just don't see $50 out of that Scourge, man. I don't see it. And the head's not even accurate. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably get it. But it's just a matter of, whenever I decide to. Maybe I'll watch the movie in 15 hours and I'll love Scourge so much I'll be like, I don't care that this toy isn't accurate. I need it now. We'll see what happens. But so far, my first impressions of this Scorponok are pretty positive. This seems like a really cool figure. I'm really digging what I'm seeing here. I'm assuming this is just like, you can use his scorpion tail as a handheld weapon. I'm assuming. Or you could, like, articulate this as well. I wonder if it, like, plugs in with those. I'm assuming for the transformation, this is going to wedge in between somewhere. That's how that'll go in. But for this, I'm not seeing any back storage. So I'm assuming we can just have him hold it. He does feel pretty decent. He's in the same kind of line as the Optimus Prime I got is. The one that came with the wolf that turns into a chainsaw. This is kind of from the same range. And it seems pretty substantial. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with this. It's kind of cool that, even if these guys are just generic scorpion drones at the end of the movie, it's kind of cool we have a proper figure of the character Scorponok. And his head does, like, you see that head, and that's Scorponok. I feel like it has some inspiration from Beast Wars, just a little bit. Even some G1 inspiration I'm kind of sensing. Just a little bit, but it's definitely its own thing. I kind of like the weird proportion of it. I'm assuming that's like this weird little like mouth event down there. And then the big visor with like these weird little dots in it. It's cool looking. It's cool. Is he really a Predacon in the movie? That's one of the big questions. I love the green. There's actually a lot of paint on this guy, surprisingly. A lot of like little airbrush, silver, airbrush green, even more airbrush green on the legs here. Airbrush green on the scorpion head. It's just so much paint. It's pretty surprising. Then obviously this is going to turn into a weapon. We've got a handle. And then let's look at the back of the box, see how this goes. So we've got a handle. Then that just turns into a sword. Then that just goes forward. So essentially what we have here is this bladed weapon. I think that'll actually look cool mounted on his arm maybe. Because he does have the ports. I said he does have the ports. Come on. Get in there. Get in there, please, I beg. There we go. There we go. So yeah, he's got this cool scorpion shield sword. That's actually kind of cool. It's almost like one of his buddies and him decide, let's team up. And then they're like ready for action. I mean, you can tell this is like a cheaper figure. I would say kind of feels like, a warrior class. And I mean, it was only like $17. And like looking at this, yeah, this is, I mean, there was a time where Hasbro would have sold this as a deluxe class. I'm just going to say it. There was a time where this just would have been a passable deluxe. So it's kind of cool that they still make these budgety figures. And I mean, look at that. You get a lot with that. Let me actually grab a deluxe from Rise of the Beast to give you a size comparison with this. Here it is with Deluxe Cheetor and Studio Series Bumblebee. So you can see he's like a deluxe size, which is really cool. It's really cool that he's like a kind of proper deluxe-y figure. I really like that. All right, enough of that. His articulation, you've pretty much already seen it. He's got a swivel at the head. He's got ball joints at the shoulders as well as an independent hinge for the shoulder pad. Ball joints at the elbows, nothing at the waist. Ball joints at the hips. And then, ooh, I popped him. It looks like he has a hinge at the knee, probably for transformation, as well as a ball joint, but I feel like the ball joint's where you're going to get most of the articulation. I'm curious how well that hinge moves. Yeah, that hinge gives you like a double knee. That's really cool. That's a lot of range. You do have to get the scorpion legs out of the way. I do have to say these are just kind of hanging off the back of his legs, but who cares? You can see around the back. You can see he's pretty hollow. You know, that's just nothing but hollowness. But it's a budget figure, and you know, the way I see it, the reason I bought this is so I can just have a few scorpions, you know, just in my Rise of the Beast display. So let's get that going. So here is little Sand Spear in his little scorpion mode again. Let's get him transformed. Surely I can do this on my own. Surely. But let me look at the back of the box here to get an idea. So I think, let's rotate that head. Let's get that obscured. So I'm assuming, yep, that tabs in. And then his legs are going to do a doubly fold. Let's get those out of the way. Doubly fold for the legs. And then they're going to slot in right there. Cool, cool. Got that, got that. Then it seems like right up there is where this is going to wedge in. So let's get everything kind of tabbed together. Then this. Where do we... Okay, we want that oriented like that. Okay, cool. And then that just slides in. How secure is it? That is nice and secure. Especially for being wedged leg pieces. That's solid. Then we'll just get the arms positioned, I guess. So it's a very, very simple transformation. But I'm pretty happy with this. That is a nice scorpion. You know, in my Rise of the Beast display, just having a couple of these scorpions running around. Who knows? We might get Studio Series. I know there's tons of these guys in the movie. So... this ever goes on sale, who knows? I might. I don't really army build, though. I don't army build Transformers. I'm kind of one and done. That is cool, though. I really like you get two, so it does encourage, you know, the army of them. I really like that. All right, so there's Predacon Scorponok, the only Predacon toy, at least, we've had in the line. We'll see how it goes in the movie. So let's get that box out of the way. Really solid. And I did mention in a previous video, I was not decided on if I wanted Voyager or Rhinox, but I kept seeing some channels and some pictures of him. You know, people were like, "Oh, it's actually a really nice, solid Voyager," and I was like, "Yeah, I already have the mainline Primal. I have the mainline Cheetor, which is right here. I'll probably end up with Air Razor whenever that 3-pack comes out. I might as well complete the Maximal team and get Rhinox." Because, you know, I will get the Studio Series ones. I will. And I mean, Rhinox is getting a Studio Series as well. But the way I see it, you know, I've already got so many of the other main lines. I'm thinking I might have the mainline core figures in the Beast modes and then the Studio Series in the Robot modes. Because I'm really a sucker for these movie figures that are like, you know, weird variants of them. Like, I really am. That was so powerful. That knocked something over. That's lovely. Why am I doing that? Why am I using my film cutter? I have my nippers here. I don't know why I do the things I do. But yeah, like, I don't need these for a collection from the movie, because I'm already into the Studio Series ones. But these just seem like solid toys. And so far, just like touching it to get it out of the box, that's a Voyager right there. That is nice. You know, I don't have, like, every iteration of, you know, every character. Like, when I got the Kingdom Rhinox, I got rid of my Generations one. I thought about keeping it, but I'm like, no, I don't need it. You know, I don't need several Rhinoxes. But it's it's movie toys, man, and they get me with the movie stuff every single time. Also, the fact that I'm seeing it in 15 hours probably, you know, influenced my decision to get this. So here is Rhinox in his robot mode, and this is a hefty, nice Voyager class. This is very, very nice. Let me grab a couple other figures, though, to kind of give you a size comparison. So here he is with the Mainline Optimus Primal. So you can see they go together really well. I really like that. I do kind of like his, like, caramely brown color. You know, he doesn't have tons of color on him, but I actually really do enjoy this color for Rhinox. A little bit of green wouldn't hurt, but it still looks really nice. So there's that. And then let's have the Mainline ones together for a moment. So there's the Mainline Maximals we have so far. But grabbing, you know, the Studio Series Maximals we have to have the complete team, here is Voyager Cheetor, which you can see the Studio Series Voyagers are bigger. So I'm sure Cheetor is not going to be taller than Rhinox and Optimus Primal in the movie. I highly doubt that. But, you know, it still looks kind of cool. Especially since these ones feel more movie accurate than the Mainline Deluxe Airazor and Cheetor. And then here's Studio Series Airazor. So here is our Maximal team as it stands right now. That is super awesome. Definitely am looking forward to the Studio Series versions of the two on the edges. But I really like these. I really do. And I think it's going to be cool having a little, you know, beast mode display. You know, that'd be cool. All right, so let's get these out of the way. Let's keep looking at this Rhinox because he's got a lot going on. First up, he has his guns that spin. Very nice. I love the paint on him. That's more than what we got for the Kingdom. You know, I love this, like, I guess that is a little bit of green, you know? He's got a little bit of green in there with the guns. And he's got some nice silver. Oh, I love that. So he's got pegs on the sides where you can have him hold it. But I love Transformers that have, like, their hands transform. I don't know if we'll have these weapons in the movie, like I said at the beginning of the video. I already will know by the time this video comes out. But the fact that this Mainline figure has these weapons is classic Beast Wars, like, machine gun disc things is just super cool. Last accessory he has is the Rhino horns. It's cool that it's a separate accessory. I'll probably just keep them on the actual Rhino head around the back. But one really cool thing is that you can put them on his shoulders if you want. If you want to give him like a little bit of Rhino horn shoulder action, that's kind of cool. You could obviously just have him hold them, but that's kind of weird, just having him hold his own horns. I don't know. Not the biggest fan of that. So I appreciate that. It might have just been separate just so he could be packaged, but still, I do appreciate that. I think maybe on the box it shows that you can put it on the shoulder. Yeah, on the box it shows you can put it on the shoulder. So that was like an intentional thing to make it a separate accessory. So my initial reaction is I 100% do not regret getting this thing, because this is a super fun, chunky Voyager. I love this. I love Rhinox. I love that this figure has something different to offer as well, compared to the Studio Series, compared to the Kingdom. I would have kept that old Generations one, but it was just a floppy mess, and I didn't like touching it. You know, sure, it looked better in some ways, but I just didn't like touching it. And for me, for Transformers, it's all about the toy. It's all about playing with it, you know. So I love this. I love the Mainline Voyager Optimus Prime. The Optimus Primal is really solid, but I haven't even transformed this thing yet, and this is already really impressing me. I really love this. The detail is insane. There's so much sculpted in detail on this guy. Look at all that detail. I mean, you look at this and you just know this is Rhinox. Like, you would have just seen this toy leaked on the internet, and you're like, that looks like a movie Rhinox. Yep, there we go. That's movie Rhinox. This is a nice figure. Whoa, look at that. It's like little chains on the shoulders, and it's painted. That looks really cool. Are they, yeah, they're kind of symmetrical, but still, that's a really cool detail. And he's got some pistons in the arms painted in. Got some nice silver there. Nothing on the thighs. He does have these nice little, like, spring-looking things painted in the legs. That looks really cool. The legs look really nice and chunky. I really love how the legs look. That is nice. I dig it. I do kind of like how the legs tab straight. I do kind of appreciate that. So for kids that are playing with it, you know, it's more solid, more durable. And if they want to bend the legs, they can untab it. That's so funny, given the floppy, loose mess of the old Generations 30th one. It's actually kind of ironic. So his articulation, you've already seen me play around with it. He's got a swivel at the head, universal shoulders. Really interesting, like, big disc for that. It looks like that might do something for the transformation. No, it's just like a sculpt. It's kind of cool, though. I love that kind of detail back there. So, yeah, he's got a nice outward. He has an elbow swivel and an elbow bend that gets you about 90 degrees. Does he have a wrist rotation? No, he doesn't have a rotation, but I think it goes in for the transformation. The discs, they do a spinny. I would have liked to see this green color in the robot. I'm not going to lie. I would have liked to see that, but it's still cool to see it there. Waist swivel. Legs, they do leg things. Very good leg things. Knee bend, knee swivel. And then how about his ankles? Little bit of tilt, but decent pivot. Pretty decent pivot. So this mainline Voyager Rhinox, man, this is so weird how Rise of the Beast is like, hey, so do you want like a mainline collection and a studio series? Well, here you go. You know, it's like, yeah, we're double dipping. You know, we're double dipping. They're getting us to double dip on this freaking movie. But I kind of don't mind. I'm kind of loving it. I don't know, it could just be overhype. I'm so hyped for this movie. I hope I don't get horribly let down in 15 hours, but from everything I have heard, I don't think I will. I've heard it's not a masterpiece, you know. It's a Transformers movie. Let's not think that this is going to be the greatest movie of all time. You know, this thing's coming out a week after Spider-Verse, and I've heard that thing is like peak animation, peak superhero movie. I haven't gone to see that yet. I'll definitely watch it at some point. But yeah, it's, you know, I'm just hyped for it. I'm excited. All right, let's get him transformed. Let's see how this goes. And keep in mind, full disclaimer, this video is me just opening the toys and playing with them and getting a first impression. This is not a review whatsoever. If I don't transform it perfectly, I am not worried about it. This is a video where I'm just showing it off for the first time. You literally saw me open it up. I don't know everything that this toy does. So, just a disclaimer, because I feel like it's necessary. Alright, so I'm pretty sure his arms are done, I'm gonna guess. I do know he has a very blocky Rhino mode. It's very blocky. Oh, wow. So I guess the foot flips in? Is that what we're doing? Oh, he's got a toe. Okay. So he's got a toe joint, too. So let's acknowledge that. He's got a toe joint. You know, before anyone corrects me in the comments. All right. So I'm assuming, since this is like the Rhino foot, there we go. So this is like the Rhino foot. And then, oh wow, there's a lot going on with this. Let me consult the box that I, of course, opened upside down like a moron. See, I don't like looking at the instructions when I first make a video, but I don't mind looking at the box if I have to, you know? Or when I first transform a toy. Like, I don't want to look at the instructions, but if I have to look at the box, that's okay. All right, so get that flipped. Ooh, nice tab. Nice tab. All right. Does the head do anything? Does the head conceal it all? Is this like on a hinge? That's like on a massive, like... Oh, okay. So this is on a swivel, and then this is on a swivel. Okay, so he's got like some multi-swivel action going on. So maybe this, like, swivels all the way up and then like that? I reckon so. That's what I reckon. I'm doing a reckoning. Oh, but that swivels like all the way around. Yeah, see, that's like... Oh, no, it's that right there. I want to get that moving. There we go. And then tabbed into the new position. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Because he's going to have very stubby little legs. I'm assuming we just want to rotate the head. We just want that out of the way. Oh, his mouth opens. Nice. His mouth opens. All right. All right. And then with the legs, we're ultimately... I think what we want is we want this hinged like this. So we might want to rotate this. I go, This is so fun. This is a really nice figure, dude. I really love how this thing's going together. Alright, and then we'll rotate that, and then I guess we, like, hinge this up. Yeah, this seems right. This feels right. This feels right. Oh, he's just got the tail molded in. That's funny. I know other Rhinoxes, it's like an actual, Like an actual piece. Oh, you just got a molded in tail. What a piece of trash toy. Don't recommend. Just get the Studio Series. Now, I mean, if you're collecting Rise of the Beast stuff and you just want the Studio Series, that's fine. I'm not going to call you a fake fan or whatever. I'm not going to say, oh, you're not a shill enough. You don't buy enough of Hasbro's products. You're a fake fan. All right, so I guess we probably rotate the toes in a little bit more. And that gets the feet in more, and thus gets that in more. There we go. So yeah, he's got a square butt. Square butt. But that's a really nice Rhino mode. I love the look of this. That's really cool. Articulation, you do have a mouth that opens, which I appreciate. I appreciate that. I love the eyes. The eyes look really cool, and the little touches of silver. I'm kind of happy they decided to go with like a trans metal look for these in the movie, because I don't think it would have been very convincing to just have a hyper-realistic Lion King remake-looking animal cast that turns into robots. That would be kind of creepy. His little legs back here move. That's adorable. And these legs also move forward and back. So yeah, very limited articulation, but it's a rhino. Come on. What do you want a rhino to do? Very square butt. That is a very square butt. But it's okay. It's okay. It's a robot. It's a robot. Robot butt. So then these, I guess you just plug these into the shoulders if you want them to have shoulder cannons. Something you can do, you know. That's what it is. If you want his horns removed, you can do that. Oh, I wonder. Oh no, that would have been so funny. The clearance just won't allow it. I was gonna see if you can give him a chain gun face. He's just going all AoE lockdown on us. But no, you can't do that. It's okay. Alright, there we go. There is my look at the last Rise of the Beast figures I have purchased before I see the movie. This is the last video I am filming for Transformers before I see the movie. Anyways, I'm very excited. I'm very hyped. Let me know if you want to see like a big video of me, you know, talking about the movie or whatever. I know this video is probably going up a couple weeks after I've seen it, so maybe I shouldn't be asking that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. I might do a live stream where I'm just doing a Q&A, spewing how I feel about the movie. We'll figure out what I want to do. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Rise of the Beast time. This is the 11th hour of the real 11th hour. I mentioned in the Optimus Primal review that's going up like right before I leave to see the movie. I mentioned it's the final hour in that. That's the last video that goes up before the movie comes up. This is just the 11th hour for me. Well, technically like the 15th hour. You know what I mean. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you thought about the movie down in the comments below. Have a great one. Bye.